Hello everyone, this is Orlando from A Collector's Dream, and today I'm going to show you the 1962 set, 1962 Topps baseball set. As you know, if you've seen my previous videos, I've had a lot of the stars, or most of the stars, graded, and I did show those during my reveal, but I put the whole set together and I wanted to go ahead and show you the entire set. This set I actually purchased from the original owner many years ago, and here's the box where I have them in. I also have the 59 set that's in here, which I'll show you at a later date. I'm gonna do another video for the 59 set, but here I have the 62s. So I'm gonna start first of all with the stars, the players that I've already graded. And I'll start first with this. These are the 62 stamps panel, and these came in the packs of the 1962 cards. So I want to give you a look at what these look like. And these came in one in every pack of cards back in 1962. That was the insert that came in that year. So this is the Duke Snider. This is the Brooks Robinson. Some of these you've already seen in my videos, but I just want to show them because they are, to me, part of the 62 set. I don't have all the stamp panels, but I have a few more, but these are the ones that I graded. I just wanted to show those, and that's the Hank Aaron. So next I'm going to show you these are PSA cards that I got graded earlier from this exact same set. And you can see these were basically the Mantle cards. I had these graded earlier. They're part of my Mantle collection. So if you want to see my entire Mantle collection, you can take a look at them in my Mantle video. But I'm going to re-show them again since I'm showing all the 62 set. So this is the Maze and Mantle card, the Manager's Dream, graded in a 5, PSA 5. These are my PSA graded ones. I sent these a long time ago. This is the Home Run Leader card in a near mint 7. And that's when Roger Maris broke the record of 61 home runs. Mickey Mantle had 54 that year. That's in a PSA 7. And here's my Mantle card from the set. And that's a beauty at PSA 7. The Mantle card from the 1962. Again, all of these you can see in my Mantle collection, but I just wanted to pull these out. The Mantles, I had them graded by PSA because of the registry. And this is the other Mantle card that I got graded at PSA. So I have these as my Mantle registry in PSA. So those are the Mantle cards from the 62 set and the stamps. I'm going to show you the rest of the stars that I got graded. Then I'm going to show you some of the minor stars and then the rest of the entire set. So this is the #1 card in the set, which is the Roger Maris. And that graded in a 6. Most of these cards you're going to see are graded between a 5 and a 7. Like this, Sandy Koufax, graded a 7. So the set I did purchase from the original owner, and when I show you the set, I'll show you some of the things in there, including the checklist that was actually checked off by the owner. But I wanted to get these graded to get a feel for what the entire set would grade for on an average. And it's basically an X-Mint set from between 5 to 7 is what these cards grade for. This is the Clemente in a 5.5, card number 10. This is the Jim Cott in a 6. I'll try to go a little quicker so it doesn't take too long. This is the checklist in a 6. And I also want to show you, let me pull that out of the set here. This is the checklist that the owner had actually graded. He had some doubles in there, so you can see the original owner actually checked them off as he collected the set. And here's the checklist without checked in a 6. He had the whole set plus a few doubles. Here's the Ernie Banks in a 5.5. These are all beautiful cards. It's a beautiful set, and that's why I wanted to show it to you. It's really one of my favorite sets. Many years ago, I had a lot of sets put together from the 50s and 60s. This is a Tom Tresh. And what I did is most of them I ended up selling them. This is the Brooks Robinson, a 4. I don't know how that got a 4 because that's a beautiful card. But like I said, most of the cards are going to grade graded between 5 and 7. And so I consider this the whole set, since it is pretty much from the same person. It's an X-Mint set. So this is a Stand Usual. And in, you know, back in '62, X-Mint, if you can get them in anything higher than a 5, it's a great condition card. This is the home run leaders with the Cepeda, Willie Mays, and Frank Robinson. Here's the Babe. The Babe hit 60. Graded in the SGC 6. I just like them in the SGC holders better than actually the PSA holders. This is the Gaylord Perry rookie in a 6.5. Like I said, most of these are anywhere between a 5 and a 7. That's the Gaylord Perry. Here's the Billy Martin. Graded in a 6. Move on to the Willie Mays, also in a 6. This is the Mantle Switch Hitter Connects in a 5. So many years ago, I ended up, about 10 years ago, I started consolidating my collection. So what I did was I focused on a few things that I really wanted. This is the Hank Aaron, a 6.5. So things that I really wanted were some specific sets that I wanted to focus on, and mainly older sets, which you can look at my videos, the 1888 Goodwin Champions, and a few others, and my Mickey Mantle collection. This is the Frank Robinson in a 6.5. So I was able to, by selling a lot of my older sets, I was able to obtain my Mickey Mantles, especially my 52 Mantle and some of my other cards. This is the beautiful Yogi Berra in a 7. So what I did was I sold the cards, the sets that, you know, I needed to sell to get some money, but I kept some of the nicer sets. This is the Early Win in a 5.5. This is a nice card, the Lou Brock, the rookie card in a 7. So I sold off a lot of my 50s and 60s set, but I ended up keeping some of the sets that I really, really liked the most. And one of the ones that I really liked was this 62 set. And this is the Hank Aaron All Sporting News in a 7. So this was one of my favorites. I just love the wood border on these. And I just love the look of this set. So I decided to show it to everybody. This is the Mays Sporting News in a 6. A Frank Robinson in a 6.5. If you've seen my videos, you've seen these before, but now I'm going to show it to you all together, the whole set together. And I figure I'm going to start with the stars. Some people may not want to see the commons. This is the Don Drysdale 6.5. So if you don't want to see the commons, half the video is going to be commons. The rest are going to be the stars. This is the Yastrzemski in a 7.5. And I probably have a few more 7.5s, maybe a few 8s, especially in the commons. This is a Yaz 7.5. This is the Jim Bunning. Jim Bunning in a 5.5. So to continue with the story, I had a lot of sets from the 50s and 60s. I had almost every set from the 60s. And as I was thinking of retiring, this is the Ken Hubbs rookie card in a 6. Unfortunately, he died the following year, or I think the same year. And then they did do a memorial card on him. This is the Brooks Robinson Sporting News in a 5.5. So as I was getting ready to retire, I began to focus on a few things and just to complete what I wanted to do, which was my Mickey Mantle run, a few of the really old, rare sets, my 49 Leaf and some of those others. This is the Luis Aparicio 5.5. This is the Whitey Ford Sporting News in a 5. So I did keep some sets like this 62 set. I also kept the 1959 set, but I did sell some of my other sets, which were a little bit lower condition. For example, I had a 53 Bowman set, 53 Bowman color. I had a 54 Bowman complete set. I had the 57 tops, the 58 tops. This is the Willie McCovey in a 6. I had the 58 tops. I had the 59, which I still have here. I had almost complete 60 and 61, and then I had the 62 set. This is the Bob Uecker rookie card in a 7.5. A 7.5. This is the Joe Pepitone. Well, these don't belong here. Let me get these out of here. This is the Joe Pepitone. Also in a 5.5. And now I'm going to show you some of the cards that I've not gotten graded yet, but they are some of the semi-stars. So like I said, I kept the 62 from the 60s. I kept the 59, which was one of my favorite sets from the 50s, and a few other sets, and I do have every set from 1970 on. But I was able to really focus my collection a little bit, sold a lot of the stuff, and focused on some things that I really wanted to keep more than others. And that's what I did. So I did keep the 62 because it was really a nicely, beautiful condition set. This is the Rocky Colavito. That's the Mini Minoso. These I haven't gotten them graded. They were probably going to grade pretty much the same as those other ones. That's the Casey Stengel, the Eddie Matthews. Like I said, a lot of these are going to grade similar to the ones I just graded there, maybe off-centered, but they're still going to be somewhere between the 5s and 7 condition. This is John Roseborough. These are by order, so this is the card number 40. This is the Cepeda. That's the Sandy Koufax. And Don Drysdale strikeout leaders. This is the Clemente batting leaders. Bobby Richardson. So Harmon Killebrew. Haven't graded all the stars, but I graded most of the better condition ones. These all have sharp corners. Some may be off-centered, like this one, like the Nellie Fox. Why don't you give you guys a chance to just take a look at some cards that maybe you hadn't seen the whole set before. Veda Pinson. Comes to Gil Hodges. And these are probably a grade somewhere between the 5 and 7 range, all of these, just like the ones that I graded. That's the Book Powell rookie card. Here's the Warren Spahn. Here's the Lou Gehrig and Babe Ruth. That's the Al Kaline. Some of these probably should get graded, but at this point, I'm pretty much done with grading my 62s. I got a bunch of other stuff I'd like to get graded eventually. Tim McCarver. These are all the minor stars, still Hall of Famers like Ron Santo. Just want to give you guys a chance to just see the whole set. It's just a beautiful set. I really love this set. This is Jim Fregosi rookie. Richie Ashburn. I'll run through this pretty quick. This is Joe Torre. Joe Torre. Trophy card. This is the Roger Maris World Series. Roger wins it in the 9th. Some of these can get graded, but I'm done with the grading, I think, of 62s. This is the Robin Roberts. So I kept this set intact because it's one of my favorites, and it is in one of the best shapes. This is the Yankees team. The Billy Williams. That's, I think, 2nd year, the trophy card. Whitey Ford. Maris, when he hits his 61st home run. Stan Musial plays his 21st season. Luis Aparicio. Don Drysdale. These cards are very prone to chipping, and fortunately mine are in really, really good condition. Here's the Roger Maris and Orlando Cepeda Home Run Kings, American League, National League Home Run Kings. Tony Kubek, great Yankee shortstop. Here's some of the Sporting News cards, Al Kaline. Some of these could have been graded, but you know, I picked out the best ones, as I just showed you, that the ones I got graded. Here's the Rocky Colavito. So many years I was a dealer at a lot of the card shows, and you know, ended up mostly buying. This is the Juan Marichal. You know, I would do the card shows, and you know, at the end of the day, I'd come home with maybe $200-300 profit, and you know, my wife would be, "What? You didn't make that much money?" And well, I spent a lot of it buying, and these are the kind of things that I would buy. And of course, I resold a lot of them, especially a lot of the doubles and things like that, and eventually just kept the best sets that I had. This is the Bob Gibson. So mainly when you're a dealer at shows, you're looking to buy because you can buy things cheaper directly from the person who owned these cards, especially a whole lot like this, like an entire set. That's the Indians team. So that's the main reason I did the shows, because I was a collector more than a dealer. You know, I'd make a little bit of money at the end of the day, just something to pay for the table and make show a little bit of profit. But for the most part, whatever I sold, I ended up buying more. And I built up a really incredible collection over the years. This is the Chicago Cubs team. And, you know, and then when I was getting ready to retire, which I retired about 5 years ago, that's the Red Shandies, I began to really focus my collection on a few sets and then a few players. And then that's why I sold off a lot of the things that, you know, I kind of wish I still would have had those, but what I got in return, I'm happier with. That's the Minnesota Twins team. Here's some of the rookie cards, the rookie parade. This is the Dick Raditz rookie card. This set has 598 cards. This is the Jim Bouton rookie. Again, some of these should be graded. They're probably going to grade somewhere around 6 or 7. And this is the last rookie card here, which is the Jim Hickman. I think this is the last. Yeah, this is the last card of the set, number 598. So now that I've shown you the most of the stars and some of the minor stars, I'm going to show you the actual set. So here we go with some of the more common cards. Take them out of my box. Here we go. So this is, again, the entire set, starting with card number 2 and going on. So Jim Brosman, P. Runnels, Durbin. I'm just going to go through quick. There's 598 cards, but I want to kind of give you an idea. You can see the cards, see the condition of those cards. And if you haven't seen many of these cards, there's a good chance for you to take a look at them and see. You know, I just love these, especially with the portrait and the batting. That's Bill White, Dick Donovan, Johnny Callison, Ray Washburn, rookie. Here's the other checklist that was literally checked off by the owner who originally had this set. And I like to keep that just as a reminder that this is what kids did back then. This is how you collected the sets. This is how you checked them off. And, you know, I did that with mine, and this gentleman that I bought it from did the same thing. Norm Larker, the Tigers team, Chris Cannicero. There's the Don Larson. And these are going to be in great shape just because they're all came from the same person, the same lot, same collection as the ones that I graded. Don Shaw, Leopard. This is the trio that's got Jim Perry in there, Gene Stevens. So I'm just going to go through quickly and show you some of these guys. These are mostly commons. There's the Dodgers team. There may be some minor stars in here still left, but I tried to put those in the harder holders. And there's Ralph Terry, Yankee pitcher. We have another Paloise here. Al Jones here. These are some of the batting leader cards with Al Kaline in there. That's the ERA leaders with Don Mossy. Look at those ears on Don Mossy. He's famous for those ears. There's the Warren Spahn, ERA leaders, Whitey Ford. And some of these probably could be graded. They're going to grade pretty nicely like the other ones. But at this point, I'm going to move on grading other sets here. There's another Warren Spahn, the win leaders. These are all, there's a Whitey Ford, Camilo Pascual, strikeout leaders. There's the Cardinals team, Steve Boros, Russ Snyder, Harvey Haddix, another rookie, Bob Spuples, Milt Pappas, another rookie, Howie Bedell. Many of these rookies never made it, and you know, just like the rookies today, everybody's going to collect them, and you know, 90% of those rookies won't be worth much. They'll be commons. You know, if you think back and look back at all the cards that are printed nowadays, it's crazy. Like the Panini basketball, for example, the one with the Zion 2019. PSA has graded over 600,000 of those cards of 2019 Panini basketball. I mean, what are those going to be worth in the future? And half of them were graded mint, you know, because of the newer cards. There's Lenny Green. So I sold a lot of my newer cards to get the older cards, to vintage. And that's kind of what I did, what I've been doing. So I'll keep showing you. There's Jim Pearsall. So I'm just going to show you some of these. There's another rookie, J.C. Martin, Sam Jones, John Blanchard, Don Hoke. So I just want you to see this set. It's a lot of cards. There's the checklist number 2. 598 cards. But it's a beautiful set. It's one of my favorites. So there's a chance for me to take a look at it again, and for you guys to take a look at this set if you've never seen the entire set. Blasting Games, Ted Savage, another rookie guy. There's Don Mossy. Look at those ears on Don Mossy. Mike McCormick. There's Willie Davis. Like I said, these cards are in really nice shape. That's why I kept this set. It's one of the better sets that I have as far as condition-wise, vintage. Bill Skowron, Dallas Green. And by getting them graded, you know, there's the White Sox team. By getting them graded, it kind of gives me an idea of what the set would be worth. Because if you don't get it graded, it's almost an estimate. Now, since I've gotten all the stars or most of the stars graded, I can see that this set, if I'm going to sell it, it will be sold as an X-Mint set overall. Of course, some a little lower grade and you know, a few little lower grade and a few higher grade than a 6 or a 7. But for the most part, it's going to be an X-Mint set based on the ones that I took out and had graded. So here's Gene Woodling, Al Shicott. This is the Hank Bauer, Pride of the A's, Art Fowler, Frank Bowling, another rookie, Pete Rickard. It's going to be a little bit of a long video, but I think it'll be worth it if you want to go back and take a look at this. If you ever want to see any of the 62 set, there's the Philippe Alou. But you may have some favorite players you want to see. This is the subset, which is the Babe Ruth subset. You saw one with the Babe there. And this is the Babe as a boy. Babe joins the Yanks. They didn't have inserts in these days other than those stamps. But they did have subsets within the set. And this is one of them, the Babe Ruth Special. So these were kind of considered almost like inserts. The famous slugger, the twilight years of Babe, coaching. He was a coach for the Dodgers. Oops, there goes Babe. He was a coach for the Dodgers. This is the greatest sports hero. That's his famous farewell speech once he had cancer. And here comes some more of the common cards. On the meter, Uncle. So I'm going to go through here. Keep Vernon. Pumpsy Green. I always love that name of Pumpsy Green. It's another one of the rookies. Lee Thomas, Stu Miller, Wes Covington. Was a good player in those days. There's the Braves team. Got Hank Aaron in there somewhere. Hal Reniff, Dick Stewart. Here's another one of the hot corners. Pete Boyer. It's a Yankee card. Leo Posada. Bob Serve. Keep going with this. Good chance for me to take a look at this set over again and for you guys to take a look at it. There's the Frank Howard. As you can see, these are good. These are nice condition. I could probably get some of these graded, and they're probably going to grade somewhere between a 5 and a 7. Possibly some 8s in here somewhere. Adios. Bobby Chance. It's 598 cards. In those days, it was really tough to... There's Roger Craig. It's really hard to put the entire set together. But I did in the 70s. I put together a lot of the sets myself. And this gentleman that I bought this from put this set together himself. Some of the other sets, I also bought them from collectors. I had to put them together. One of my favorites was the 57 set. I did end up selling that, except for some of the main stars. There's third series, Eddie Casco. There's Dean Chance, rookie. Joe Cunningham. So as years went on, in the last 10 years, I really focused my collection a little bit more because there's no way I was going to keep every single set that I had, because if I did, I couldn't afford to upgrade, you know, my mantles or collect some of the really rare stuff that I collect today. I got into collecting a lot of the rare stuff. There's the Senators team versus some of this stuff. Even though this is kind of rare, the Roy Face, some of these are vintage, old vintage, over 60 years old. I wanted to focus a little more on the really old stuff and really rare condition stuff. So in order to do that, I had to sell off a lot of my sets, and some of them I wish I still had, but if I had those, I wouldn't have some of the rare cards that I have today. So my goal was really to, since I was going to retire, which I already have, I wanted to really downsize my collection and focus a little bit more. There's a Giants team. And focus a little more on the stuff that I really liked, that I really wanted to collect. Another rookie. There's a Camilo Pascual. So really, he was an excellent player from Cuba. And that's what I did. I really, here comes some of the World Series cards. The Yanks win the opener. Jay ties it up. Here comes some more of the World Series cards. Whitey Ford. The Yankees crushed the Reds in the finale. The Yankees celebrate. There's Storm Sherry, another rookie. Altman. So as I focused on my collection, I really took a good look at what did I really want to keep, what did I really want to collect, because I couldn't buy everything. You know, you just can't buy everything you want. Unfortunately, you got to sell some stuff to buy some other stuff. And that's what I ended up doing. And I ended up getting a lot of rare cards, as you can see in my videos, anything from, you know, from the 1800s on. So I do have some really rare stuff. I got old rare football. Some cards I really wanted to hold on for a longer time. Because really, even though these cards are pretty rare, you can buy these. You can buy these anytime you want. You go to any big show and you could, you know, with time, with some money, you could probably put this set together. But when you're talking about sets that are rare, or cards that maybe there's only 10 that exist, you know, that's really what I focused on, what I tried to continue doing. Finishing off my sets that I had started, there's Joe Adcock, and upgrading them. So over the last 10 years, I've upgraded a lot of my sets, a lot of my cards, and finished off my collection, you know, like my Mickey Mantle run. And a lot of those, I'm pretty much done, really. Technically, I'm done with what I wanted to collect. Now, I'm looking to just get a few random cards. Not that many cards I'm really looking for at this point. I'm not really buying too much. Looking to sell, maybe trade some things. Checklist number 4. And, you know, after over 50 years of collecting, there's another rookie. I can say that I'm almost done with everything I wanted to collect. Just a few other things, just some minor stuff that I'm trying to get, that I'm looking for. Some of the rare stuff I'm trying to pick up. So if I'm gonna go to the National next week, and there I'm only looking for really 2 or 3 things, 2 or 3 cards that are rare, that you're not going to see anywhere except maybe at the National. And that's what I'm looking to finish off with my collection. And when I return from the National, I will show you a video of what I picked up. Hopefully I picked up at least one card that I want. You know, I'm not looking for any massive collection. I'm not looking to look through dollar boxes, because I have tons of those, and I've sold most of those. There's Frank Torrey. I sold most of my cheaper cards, and I still have more to sell, but you know, I'll work on those in the future. And I think it's a good idea for everybody to take a look at your cards, you know, and see what you really, really want and what you don't really want. Here's some of the those playing cards there. The cubic cubic makes a double play. 20 cubic. This is the spawn. Shows no hitter. This is Calavito's power. Some of the other ones I already shown here, which is the Mantle and things like that. There's Whitey Ford. There's Harmon Killebrew. Again, this is one of the subsets. McCormick. Here comes more of the rookie cards. East Strange. Here's Al Dark. Another rookie card, Parsons. Ozzie Virgil. Bob Bolin. Johnny Romano. Mo Drabowski. A lot of names back in the days that if you watch baseball or collected back then, you could recognize them. Most of the new collectors don't even know who these people are anymore. And that's what's going to happen with a lot of new cards, guys. I'm telling you right now. In my opinion, most of those cards are just going to be worthless. I've been through, maybe not worthless, but the prices are going to come way down. I've been there, done that. I went through the junk wax era when I was a dealer. I've seen the ups and downs in the card market for all these years. And really the ones that remain solid pricing are these type of cards, the vintage cards. And these type of sets, which are very tough to find in these type of condition anymore. Braves backstop, that's Joe Torre. So that's what I've done. You know, I'm still collecting, but very limited basis. There's Tommy Davis. And as time goes on, you know, I will be selling some of the cards again to get some really rare stuff that I'm looking for. And I don't want to tell everybody what I'm looking for, because then everybody will go after, or at least, you know, look into what I'm looking for. And some of the cards I'm looking for are extremely rare, very few examples. You know, similar to the, if you looked earlier at my Babe Ruth video, you saw some Babe Ruth cards that I picked up within the last 5 to 10 years. And that's because I was able to get some money from selling some of the stuff that I really didn't want as much. You know, as a collector, I hate to sell stuff because I collected them when I was younger. But, you know, it comes a time where you have to decide, you know, what do you really, really want to keep and what don't you really want to keep? And that's why I ended up selling most of my my sets from the 60s to focus on that. I was able to buy my Mantles. I was able to buy my Babe Ruth cards. I was able to buy some cards like the first football card ever made, right, from 1888. I was able to get the rarest football card that ever exists, and that's from the 1894, I think it is, 1894. So, and those, I did videos on those cards already. Those are cards that are going to remain in my collection because those are extremely, extremely rare cards, and that's kind of what I'm focusing on now, rare vintage. Okay, here comes the sporting news, guys. Orlando Cepeda, my namesake, the Bill Mazeroski, and these, again, I got them, most of them graded, and you can see the condition they came out in. The Ken Boyer, Roy McMillan, John Roseborough, Warren Spahn. Yeah, a lot of these that I graded ended up being anywhere from 5, mainly 5.5 to 7. Elston Howard. There's still some semi-stars in there, in here. And I'll probably put those in some harder cases there instead of these penny sleeves. That's the Jim Perry. Gus Bell, there's the Pittsburgh Pirates team. There, that's a Mangini special there. The Pirates team. Al Smith. There's the Matty Alou. Another one of the rookie, Joe Gaines, Bill Verdon. So I know this is a long video. I'll be done in a few minutes, but I figured I'm going to go ahead, and now that I pulled these out, I'm going to go ahead and show them all off. Let's see. Some of these fell out of order here. Sorry about that, guys. Some of these kind of fell out of order on me here. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Now we're almost in there in the 400s. Here's Whit Wilhelm and Roy Face, Al McBean, Ron Fairley, another rookie. And the good thing about this set here is that the higher number cards are actually in even better shape than the lower number cards. So if you look at some of these cards, I mean, they are really, 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 really sharp. Joe J, there's the 6 series now, moving into the 450s. Wes Stock, Dale Crandall, Ted Willis, Vic Power. So just kind of want to give you guys a good chance. This is the Jose Tartabull rookie. Give you guys a chance to take a look at a set that you may not have seen, especially all the cards. Floyd Robinson. Some of these higher numbers are tougher to find, especially in the good condition, because back in those days, what happened was they were, in many cases, 6, even 7 series of cards. But some of the later series actually would come out. There's Hank Bauer, nice condition, Hank Bauer there. Al Jackson. Some of these later series cards came out, a lot of them when the season was ending or at the end of the season. Here comes some more of the sporting news. Norm Cash, Austin Howard, the Orioles team, Andre Rogers, there's Don Zimmer. So when you got into the later series, kids actually stopped collecting or collected less because the season was almost ending. And a lot of times, they ended up producing less. There's Pedro Ramos, another great Cuban pitcher there. So they started, really didn't collect that much of the high series. So the high series cards in many instances are tougher to get. They're rarer, and especially condition-wise, it's tough to get those in good condition. But I was lucky to pick up this set 30 years ago. Oliver Zayas, Claude Osteen, Hector Lopez, Danny Murtaugh. And you can see the condition of these. They're all really, really sharp. There's always going to be off-centering issues on these, but for 1962 cards, you're not going to get too much better condition than these. Woody Coleman, Dave Justy, another rookie, Jim Lemon, Lee May. So now we're coming into the 5s and 600s, almost at the end of the set. I know this is a long video, but I want to show it all in one video. Mike Fornes, Whitey Herzog, Sherm Lawler, Stan Williams. There's a 7 series checklist. That's a tough. Now you're getting into the real tough cards. Dave Wickersham. There's Bob Friend. Another rookie, Jackie Davis. Yowie Nunn, George Thomas. So here comes the last series here. Tony Gonzalez, These have been put away in boxes and kept in penny sleeves for many, many, many years. And then I went through them, took out all the major stars, and as you saw, had those graded. So now, if I ever go to sell this set, or if my family ever goes to sell this set, we can advertise it as an ex-mint set, truly an ex-mint set. And because these stars are all ex-mint, you could see that these guys are going to be all around the same condition as the stars. There's the Bill Rigney. Now we're in the high series, and a lot of the high series are actually in better condition than the lower series cards. Al Spangler, Bob Anderson, Gene Oliver. You know, most of these are posed pictures or portraits like this. But I just love the wood grain border. I love how this is kind of folded over almost like a newspaper. You know, and the backs are really nice. They always have a little thing in there, a little cartoon with the stats. So give you a good look at the last of this set. This is the last series, the 6th series in 1962. Tony Logan, Dean Stone. And I'm going to keep this set, again, together the way it is. Eventually sell it as a set. But now I could actually go back and take a look and say, okay, as an X-Men set, what would this sell for? There's the Kurt Flood. So really more for my family than me after I pass away, because I'm not going to be selling these cards anytime soon, in my opinion. And here comes some of the Rookie Parade. I showed you some of the other guys. This is the more of the common guys. You got Bob Veal in there, rookie card. And you can see some of these graded pretty good, especially the Bob Uecker graded a 7.5. That's the Dennis Menke card. And again, these are going to grade just about the same as those. See, they're nice and sharp cards. So, oops, basically, that's my 1962 set. I want to thank everybody for watching my video. I know it was a long one, but hopefully you guys got a chance to see the complete 1962 set, including some of the main stars, you know, especially the big guys. You know, as you can see some of them there, and I'll put this Mantle up there again so you can see how the Mantle came out as 7. So that's it, guys. That's it for today. Everybody have a great weekend. I'll be going to the National this coming week, and I'll let you know what happens there. And I'll probably do one more video showing you what I'm going to take to the National to sell and trade. So I want to thank everybody for watching my videos. Please like and subscribe. I'm looking to try to get to hopefully 400 subscribers. I'm very close to that. And just want to make sure everybody's going to have an awesome day. And that's about it. From Orlando, here I go. I'll see you at the National.